I continue to be impressed with the Transformer figures that this company is putting out, and this one being at the $30 price point is just wild. Let's open them up, check them out, and of course do some toy photography. So I've got another really cool and unique action figure, again here by YOLO Park. Before the previous video I made with this guy right here, I had never heard of YOLO Park before, but they're really awesome. They put out a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of them are model kits that are just super detailed, die cast, and really quality action figures in the end for really good price. And this one's only like 30 bucks. Right now on Amazon, I'll have the link in the description, he's $30 Prime. But if you do want to get him, I think he's a little cheaper on the YOLO Park website, which I will have linked in the description as well. If you want Prime, free shipping, make your choice, I guess. I think I'll also have it like available like on the YouTube video shop thing. So there's that too. I got all the options. This is the Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beasts. And this is also another model kit. It's not die cast, but it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty decently sized with lots of articulation, and for a really good price, like you can't beat that. What do you got to lose but this thing? And I actually really like the design of how Optimus looks in this movie. If you watch that other video, you'll definitely know I'm not the biggest Transformer guy, but I do like Transformers, especially Optimus Prime, and I have learned a lot since the last video. Thank you everyone for your very helpful comments. Little Transformer heart. His little Transformer heart. I know I said a lot of stuff wrong, but I know now. Anyway, yeah, let's just open this and put it together and see how it goes. Optimus Prime is here, and you know what? Putting him together was actually pretty fun. I would say he's easier to put together than the last one. The last one was pretty easy, but still even easier. And he looks good. He lacks the same type of weight that the other one did. Obviously the other one was die cast, but this one still looks pretty good, and he's got plenty of movement around. I could tell just by when I was putting him together, there's all kinds of movement. Like, it's a model kit, but like it's just basically a glorified Build-A-Figure pretty much, you know, because it's got all the great articulation and stuff like that. One of the things that is kind of bugging me with the way it looks is the gray. There's so many cool details on the like inner parts of the arms here and like the abdominal area and stuff, but it's just like this plain looking gray. I just think it looks boring. Yeah, it's a cheaper $30 figure of a size like this, so they're not gonna be able to put as much time into paint and stuff like that, but you know, from far away, even like this, this part doesn't look metal. It just looks plastic.
Plastic people. They're just completely plastic.
That's okay, it is a toy, you know? But I think I'm gonna try and pretty easily make that look a little bit better with some rub and buff later on. I think that's gonna make a big difference. I'm actually very excited to try that. But yeah, I think this guy looks good. And Optimus Prime stands just about 9 inches tall. He's a big one. It really is kind of crazy like how much detail really is in this sculpt. Like, there's so much stuff going on. Like, if you just look at the arms and the waist and stuff, there's just so many little robotic little parts all over the place, and that's really cool. It's kind of a shame that those details kind of almost get washed out with just because of such boring paint, you know what I mean? And as far as the articulation goes with this guy, like, he's pretty awesome. He's like, you can get a whole lot of movement. It's incredibly well thought out, obviously, like, because there's these little things like this you can do to give you more of that range that you need. Like, you can move things around. Oh, well, you might have issues. Oh, there we go. You might have issues with some things falling off, I guess, sometimes. So down here in the legs by the hips, there's a little joint in there that moves up, so you can bring the leg back down like that, so then you can get all of that movement. Like, look at that. That's pretty crazy. Ball joint on the head here is a little bit hard to turn, but if you move it around a little bit, you're fine. It does have another little, I don't know what kind of joint that is, underneath the ball joint there, which gives you some more head movement, so you can have him really look down, which you couldn't actually do that in the other YOLO Park one. And I love that, being able to look down, looking up, around, down, that adds so much emotive possibilities with posing. I love that. And he does come with several different hands. So with the hands and the articulation, you can give yourself some pretty good poses with this guy. There's a lot of possibilities. He's really cool. He's a he's a pretty cool guy. So he doesn't come with any accessories except for his hands, and the hands are very welcome, but it is a little bit weird. The box does have a picture of him with the ion blaster, and he's even got a little hand here that looks like he should be able to hold a gun of sorts. So that's a little bit weird. And his chest does not open up to reveal the matrix of leadership, and he also does not have the Energon axe like the other one does too. Lower price tag, less stuff, I get it. Having at least the ion blaster would be appropriate. By the way, I just said all of those things right. I hope you're proud of me. That hand does fit with the ion blaster from the other one. So there it is. Make this gray, boring paint a little bit better, I'm gonna use a little bit of this stuff. This is my favorite. If you've watched any video of mine, you know what this is. This is Rub and Buff. It's a wax-based paint you can put on things and make things very, very shiny, and it's awesome. And if I just do a quick little dry little amount along all of those great looking details, it'll really just highlight all of those details and make them look way better. And I think it'll make them look a bit more metal. So I'll pop some pieces off, give them a quick paint with this, and then I'll give them a coat. I mean, I have a matte coat finish here. You could use glossy or satin or whatever, but I like the way matte looks, and I'm thinking this is gonna look a lot better afterwards. So yeah, let's go and do that. Look at all these shiny Transformer parts. Man, that looks good already. I'm gonna go give him that quick little spritz and put him back together, and we're gonna have a good looking Optimus after this. Let's go. Okay, and here he is, post paint. He looks considerably more metal and shiny and more like a Transformer in my opinion, and less like an action figure. I do have a couple of regrets that I feel like I could have done better. I wish that I did a little bit less on the blues and the reds and only 100% painted the grays. I think that would have made it a little better too. I feel like it would have been a little bit better with a glossy finish. I think that would have been even better, especially on the windshield on his chest. I think that would have been even better like that. But the matte finish still does look good, and I think he still does look better, and I think this is still an upgrade, so I'm happy with him. What do you think? Did I screw it up, or does he look kind of good? What are we giving this guy? Are we giving him a W or an L? Let me know in the comments. Is he a W or an L? I'm gonna give him a W for sure. I mean, an L is out of the question. It's obviously a W. Solid W. $30 figure for this size, the articulation, the fact that it's still a model kit, you have to put it together is awesome. You know, that's so cool. And he looks fantastic. I would have loved a blaster or a gun or some kind of accessory, something like that. But I gotta say, I'm not like as impressed with him for the price point as I am with him for the price point. Still, it's a great looking figure. Definitely look into YOLO Park if you're a Transformer guy. If you're a Transformer guy and you want these guys to transform, it's kind of a deal breaker for you, and I get that. I definitely get that. For me, I have no interest in transforming. I think this is cooler than if he's a truck, you know? I think it's an easy W for me. Let me know. So this is a shooting and reviewing video. So we've got Prime over here. What do you say we take a Prime time delivery of Prime via Prime photo right now? Let's go. Don't you just love when your Prime package gets delivered? Especially when it's delivered by Prime. I feel like I'm not the first one to think of this, but it's still pretty funny. And really my setup here is incredibly simple. It's just the box on my doorstep. There it is. And there's my camera. It's pretty simple. I did put up a couple of lights, however. This is my LumeCube studio panel and my LumeCube tube light mini, and so I just wanted to get a little bit of extra rim lighting potentially around, and I think it looks good in camera. I pretty much already took the shots. I got my shoe and my hand in there. I might go with that one, we'll see. But my settings are pretty simple. I'm at f2.5. Pretty nice way to still get a nice blurry-ish kind of background. There's not a whole lot going on, a whole lot of depth in the background, but still works okay. And it is still decently bright out, so the 800 shutter speed ended up working out just fine for what I had. And my ISO is at 400, as always. So there really is nothing else to explain about this shot, besides I'm just gonna use my handy remote here and take the shot while I stick my hand in there like I'm grabbing my package, and that's it. So let's go. a fun figure. I think YOLO Park is great, and honestly, it makes me excited to see what other types of figures they might make in the future. I would love to see them do like a Pacific Rim line. That would be amazing. This photo, along with everything else, will be posted on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Definitely make sure to follow my work over there too. If you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. That would be immensely helpful and greatly appreciated. Seriously, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.